足 Fictional! Yep. Decided to just make a fun free-for-all room, just to have as much chaos as possible. Hello, Dennis. Yeah, hello. Actually, we just started a dog, so you didn't really miss too much. But we're having a good tennis match. Tennis racket. How do you know that's not? Oh, it is a tennis racket. That's right, it's a tennis ball in it. I was gonna say, how do you know it's not a badminton racket? Oh my gosh. The shuttlecock? Well, are the rackets different? Are they smaller in badminton or not? I forget. I am no sports guy, as you can see. Well, maybe an esports guy? Puyo's an esport, so... And that's where my reign ends. Very long handles. Wow. And Birdie isn't allowed to bounce like a tennis ball. Oh, I didn't know that were actually rule differences. I thought they were basically the same, but with like smaller objects. So there you go. Learn something new every day. And why is it called badminton? Where's goodminton? There was no way. Okay. I'd rather play badminton than tennis. I love both sports stuff. Oh. I mean, I am not good at any sport, so I can play either and be just equally bad at them. So there's no bias on my side. Especially in a 2D way. Rod trying to go after a tennis ball and hit it with his racket, but hits it with his ears instead. Classic nerd. Is that legal move? Especially if it scores. Hello, Yoshi-star. Yeah, we got a full, well, almost a full one. There's one spot available if anybody wants to jump in there. Me and Dennis. If only. I will say Puyo gets you to think quick on your feet, but that's about it. Like, and reflexes, but it won't help your hand-eye coordination. Which I definitely don't have, especially since I'm wearing glasses. Oh man, just imagine that. Somebody's playing like a sport, and they need to wear glasses to see, like me. And the glasses just get destroyed by the ball while they're trying to hit it. And now they just can't play anymore because their glasses are broken. Ouch. Maybe that's why they wear contacts. But I guess that could also go backfire if the ball smacks you right in the face, which are also probably happening to Rock. Pow! Right in the kisser. Big blurry green thing. Yeah, for Rado, it would basically just be like a giant shape. Like, hey, all I see is a green thing. Like, what is that? Is that the ball? Or is that, like, broccoli? I thought that pretty quick, right? Alright. Also, hello, once it's honing into your thing. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be what happens with Rod, because it's 2 and it's 20. And thus, he'll never play these sports if he doesn't have to. Or at least only play it with friends. Hello, Bulbasaur. Fashionably late. In order for you to do that, you have to be a fashionista. They're like, who are you wearing? Come in all fancily dressed. Is there a fashion hoodie for dating? The cat can get like a green hoodie, but that's like very name brand and very, very expensive. It's going to cost him his teeth one. Maybe it looks exactly the same, but it's just made with like some super expensive material. Hey, this is 100% pure dragon hide hoodie. Even though it looks exactly the same. yeah. This is one, dragon hide. You have a fire resistance naturally now. No, it's like just the hoodie. So like if you get covered in fire, you'll still turn into a pile of ash, except whatever was covered in the hoodie. When the room gets quiet, that's when you know it's time to get serious. Oh, that wasn't going to be as big of a counter as I thought. Oh well. Should still put him on the edge. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh well. Oh, I don't have enough time. If this doesn't counter, I'm dead. Dang it. Well, even if it did counter, I'm dead. All these mistakes. See, T takes it right in the face, just like I would if I were playing a sport. Trying to save the volleyball, bounces off my face instead of my hand. Knocking off Rod's glasses and everything, and his ears going haywire. Ooh. Oops. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. That was like 3 all clears in a row. Oop. And it's probably not gonna matter in a second. Oh, yeah, that's the that was gonna happen. You mean like Drawn to Life like video game on the DS? I never played it, but I've seen it. Drawn to Life would be... I mean, Chalk Zone was one of the things that made me think about that concept. I showed Danny that recently. That was one of my favorite cartoons on Nickelodeon, but they don't really acknowledge it exists anymore. Or it has existed, I should say. But, I mean, I always liked it. I always used to imagine that whenever I erase stuff off the chalkboard in class, that would be exactly what happens. It's such a cool and fun idea. But it didn't last too long, unfortunately. Not like SpongeBob and Fairly OddParents. Maybe that's why they try to pretend those that exist, because it's not a cash cow like that. They gotta draw something! Rudy, you gotta draw something! Whoa! A counter. As soon as you said Genie, I thought about AVGN. It was like, oh, Game Genie, please get me 3 wishes. Oh, that was a bad move. No! Yeah, I don't really a fan of these live action reboots either, especially the Disney ones. It's a disrespect of animation. I don't understand why everything has to be live action, especially when the original was really well animated. Like, what's the point? If it was something that was clunky, or was like on a TV budget, but they have a chance to redo it better, that's fine. But that's with animation. Why change the medium? It's the same reason why I don't really care for video game remakes that change the dimension. So going from a 2D game to 2D pixel art game to a 3D game, why not just go higher res pixel art? Why does it have to be 3D? The answer is because it's cheaper. When it comes to 2D stuff, you have to manually draw any different angles and stuff and all the frames of animation. Whereas with 3D, all the work is up front. You model it once, but once you have it modeled and rigged, you can do whatever you want with the model. So that's why it's cheaper in the long run. I don't like it, but such is life. I don't have anything against 3D, I just don't want things to convert from 2D to 3D and stay in their respective medium. Whoa. I don't think 2D, 3D should replace 2D. I think they can coexist, and they have. Like, even in the PS1 era, where it was like, everybody was all about 3D and making camera things and trying to show off how dramatic they could make everything. But then you had companies still releasing 2D games, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night is 2D. It's got some 3D elements, like the background, but it's mostly a 2D game. You've got the Breath of Fire games that were 2D sprites on a 3D world. It just shows that both art forms can thrive. And honestly, I would rather take a really crisp 2D, like high-resolution pixel art style over like low poly, low res 3D any day myself. It just looks way crisper because you can actually see every pixel as intended. That's what pixel art's all about. It's not like, hey, we have all these blurs on the outlines and stuff. Unless they did that anyway, then it sucks. But when it looks crisp and clean and it doesn't look like it's being stretched or blurry, I think it looks great. In fact, I think a good example of this is Final Fantasy IV. You can actually compare this yourself. Final Fantasy IV on the DS, which was a 3D reimagining, versus Final Fantasy IV on the PSP, which was a higher resolution 2D sprite remake. The PSP one looks way crisper to me, because it is, but also the DS one was like low poly and low res textures, so it looks like a PS1 game. Now, some people will still prefer 3D because, some people were just always 3D is better than 2D, but I was never one of those people. I prefer good execution over just dimension. But just take a look at Final Fantasy IV and the DS, you'll see what I mean. It's super low res, low poly. It just looks kind of ugly. Hello, Simon. But you know what? I might say that the DS remake probably looks better than the Pixel reimagining. Because the Pixel remaster is like a step back from just the PSP remake. They went like clean, high-res, detailed sprites. And went back to 16-bit style sprites, but they're even worse looking than the Super Nintendo ones. I don't know how they managed to do that, but they managed to do it. How are you doing today, Sam? Yep, there's my crash. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Okay. It's going to happen more frequently in Timothy, especially as people are switching characters, so, yeah. Klondike bars. What would you do for a Klondike bar? You know what? Honestly, Simon, I've never liked Klondike bars. Those are the ones that are the, they have like chocolate with mint in them, right? The mint flavor was so strong. I never understand it. Like, I guess I haven't had anything where mint wasn't just super overpowering. Like, it's mint in a lot of stuff, but it just always seems to be the strongest flavor. Well, I can tell you what I would do for, like, just having tunes in general. Like, if we had a world where we had coexisted like bunkers, I think it'd be fun. Though, I don't know how dangerous that'd be. Like, there's some things that, they didn't show in the show that it makes you wonder. Like, same thing with, Roger Rabbit. If toons and humans coexist, how many incidents have there been where toons are being themselves, but a human just happened to be nearby and got wrecked and basically died? Like, you know, say the toons are having, like, you know, a silly slapstick fight using dynamite, throwing anvils or whatever. But, has that killed anybody? Because somebody just happened to be collateral damage nearby? That's a curious question. Of course, I'd want to be a toon, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. But, you know, if you are a toon, you would need to watch where you're being a toonie. Even if we're just like toon humans, like Elmer Fudd, I guess that would at least make it so that you won't die from stuff happening around you. It was the same thing I thought I had for the Pokemon, actually. I recently was talking about this on, like, with some buds. But, like, would anybody here want to live in the Pokemon world? I wouldn't. As much as I like Pokemon, there's too much chaos for me to want to do it. Need good toon insurance. Yeah, probably. Like, we were talking about that with Pokemon, too. So, like, for example, does the weather just suck on a daily basis in Pokemon? Because whether you use the game or the anime, mostly the games, you have those Pokemon with abilities that change the weather all the time, right? Like Larvitar with its Sandstream, starting sandstorms as soon as it's sent out. You've got Abomasnow with snow warning, starting hail when it's sent out. Like, if anybody's having street battles with these things, because you know they do, especially in the games, even in the buildings, it's just weather a constant nightmare in the Pokemon world, because it's just always changing. Sunny day, rain dance, like all these things. You just can't have a day without experiencing all the seasons in one day. And that's just trainer battles. Like, I'm sure some Wild Mon probably would use that stuff too. Yeah, that was a mistake. I'd choose to be in the team, of course, Rod, but, like, you know, it was just one of those thoughts that, because even as Rod, I would have to be careful of the people who aren't teams. It's like, oh, we probably shouldn't explode the dynamite over here, or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, Toon could do anything and have fun. It may still hurt, like you might get cut up by a sword and be temporarily in pain, but then you'll just be back to normal right after that. So it's fun. And I think there are some. So yeah, regarding Pokemon, like there was also just. So that's one, right? Just Pokemon being themselves and weather changing. There's also locations. Like, they make it look fun in the game, but it doesn't make any sense, like, realistically, in terms of Sootopolis, for example. Sootopolis is that city that's made entirely of soot, right? I think, on like a soot continent in the middle of the ocean. Is that healthy? Like, are you breathing in soot all day, every day? They probably don't have a really good lifespan. But the other problem is, the other one, Pacific Bluff Town, the one that's like a town entirely on rafters in the middle of the ocean. Like, they'd be dealing with some insane hurricane seasons. But I guess they could just use their Pokemon to constantly change the weather. If they see a hurricane's approaching, just use sunny day. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever heard that song before, but I'm not surprised Eminem has a song. Also, Out of Tune the Tune and Human Worlds are separated, and they would have crossover from a film reel projector. Scotty, Connor, Fiddle, all by a mishap. So that's why it was supposed to be uncommon that you would see other tunes, because they're already unusual themselves. The worlds are normally separated. Sort of like Kingdom Hearts, honestly. I guess maybe that was part of the inspiration of the idea, was that the worlds are normally separated. And when you see the crossover, they're like, who are you? What the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here? Alright, I gotta end with green. Oops. Well, I ended with green. What? So Connor is like the voice of reason for the normal boys. Fiddle and Winston are usually stealing in a way, so you can't really give them advice. But Connor keeps Scotty and Ronald especially in check, because Ronald's very abrasive and just does things rather than thinking them through. His actions first, speak later, which obviously causes problems. Actually, here's a question for all of you. What would be the tune you'd want to see jump right through your door right now? Just any tune on the top of your head. For me, it'd probably just be, I don't know why, but the first one I thought of was Daffy Duck, but honestly, I could take any of the Tiny Toons as well. Or Animaniacs. Or even my own, because obviously I would love to see my own first. It would be funny if it would happen to be Ron himself, because that would be me. And we just started saying the same things in unison because we have the same personality. It's like I'm looking in a Toon mirror. You're like, are you? Are you? Now in stereo. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oops. Wait, actually, I didn't get a chance to read what you said. Hang on. I will do that after I set off my chain. Because then I'll have plenty of time. Yeah, well, I didn't even get a chance to finish building that chain. Hang on. Guess I'll just have to use this. This may work, perhaps, if the RNG is kind and friendly. No, it won't work at all. Never mind. Alright, let me see what that said. I'd have Barrage come to the IRLs and Persona Hitmen are hit tuned for my protection. You're gonna have hired gunmen, but they're tunes. Oh, that'd be funny. Tough question. Yeah, it is tough, but it doesn't have to be just one. I was just thinking, like, at the top of your head, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? These characters of mine. Coley? if Foley came into your door right now, he'd be asking for a scoop. Which I guess in our world is like an endless stream of it. So he'd have plenty of business. Hang on, I'll have to read the rest of that after I... Oops. Let's see. So, Art, Animated Republic of Cartoons. You know what? That sounds really good name, actually. That's pretty clever. Take Hilbert because he's your baby. Yeah, I know you know. You could probably give him a good old squeeze on. I think your tunes are really cute too. Small voice. Might not either. The facial expression. I mean, hey, gotta have chocolate. No, I actually prefer strawberry myself, believe it or not. That's why Raj got all three. I've always been more of a, like, if I'm gonna get a milkshake, I'm gonna get me a vanilla or strawberry or vanilla and just strawberry milkshake. But chocolate's like my last one. It's just such a strong flavor. It's not bad, but it's really easy to get sick of it, especially since I don't have much of a sweet tooth anymore. I lost that when I graduated high school. I like pastries, but I don't eat them like all day, every day. routes just indestructible anymore. I mean, yeah, that's just tunes being tunes. The only tunes that are exceptions to that for me are the my game tunes, because if the tunes were indestructible like that in a game with that's trying to have a fight, it just wouldn't work. The answer to everything would just be, why not throw a tune at it? So instead of it being like that, while they're still exaggerated and can take a little bit of abuse, they have their limits like everybody else, so they just can't go on forever. So that way it doesn't just become, well, now it's contrived. Instead, it's just, they're mortal like everybody else. They just happen to be a bit more stretchy. But that's only in the games. Everybody else, like all my other tunes, that's not in the games. So just like you expect, just infinite TV tunes. What about you, Danners? What was the tune that first came to your mind of if you were going to crash through your door and make them pay for it or fix it? Like, you do realize that that's not going to be cheap to replace, right? Oh, that actually was shorter than I thought it would be. Dang it. Honestly, I've been wanting to do more finished colored pictures of my tunes. I was working on trying to ink Byron's thing more so I can get his colors out there. It's just, I'm very slow, and work's now even more annoying since we have to get to the office a couple days a week now, so the likelihood of me getting more done in the middle of the week is less than it used to be. But, you know, I've been wanting to, because I've been in more of an art mood lately. I've been doing a little bit less game dev, but I'll get back to that, especially when the long weekend that's coming up, the Juneteenth and everything. Power up the scale to convert with the civilians. Yeah, video games turn cartoons actually pretty clever. I don't think that one's been done before, so that should at least give you a unique edge. You can explore some ideas that haven't been thought of before that way. Or whatever like kind of conflicts that would create. No! And there's the crash of the match. I can't answer that. All I can say is they'll be done when they'll be done. I'm not even close to, like, I don't even have the core game mechanics programmed in yet. But I have just been, like, what I've gotten so far with the engine is stuff that you would want to do earlier rather than later. Like, I was trying to set up the menus, and then, like, so I can start with the options menu. Because, you know, the sooner I get to that, the sooner I can build everything around that. Because if you try to do the options menu later, then you have to go back and, you know, update everything you just did to accommodate being able to change those options. So I want to start it from the front. So also, same thing with like starting a saving system. I haven't gotten there yet, but if you start the saving system earlier, you'll just have to add to it on the things you want to save, rather than having to go back and check everything that needs to be saved. You'll be able to build it as you go. I'm glad I didn't put that down. Alright. That's a lot of info, but Hilbert blank slate, the players put up themselves, no one get interested in the games. Honestly, that brings up a good question, because some people don't like blank slate characters in games, but I'm one of the people who don't mind it as long as the game, because I grew up on games that were simple at first, like Pac-Man. I mean, I didn't have an Atari 2600 or anything. It was just part of those collections on the PS1. That's what we had. And then the Sega Genesis games. So, games back then were gameplay first. Story, while it was starting to get bigger, it wasn't the main thing. So, if the game wasn't fun, first and foremost, your game wouldn't be picked up. And I still hold that to a certain extent, because if your story is really good but the game is boring to play, then I still won't play it. You can just watch the story on the YouTube or something, so it defeats the whole purpose of the game. Ah! Oh well. The RNGesus. What? Oh. That's, the twins for you. I'll say that I didn't get to see him placing my. I was focused on that very intense match. Also, yeah, Stan is indeed a cool guy. Cool guy.
勝ったのか。
The jazz, the jacuzzi. I listened to jazz eating. I was like, the what? Hang on.